Okay, so one of the questions is it wrong to make your kids aware that they are getting a little bit chubby? And what do you do if you see your child is putting on weight? How should you handle it so avoid offending them or teaching them to judge other people's bodies too harsh? Okay, now this is just my opinion, but yeah, it is inappropriate, in my opinion, to tell your children that they are getting too chubby and that they need to lose weight. Why? Well, because they're fucking told at every angle, from TV shows, commercials, magazines, every marketing brand, everywhere they go, they're being told that the only way to be happy and to fit in is to be thin. So your kid's dealing with that every day, and they don't even know how to internalize it because they're not smart enough yet to understand what's happening. So they're already understanding in their mind that they shouldn't be the size that they are. And the last thing they need is their mom or dad at home solidifying those insecurities for them and then it not being a safe space anymore. So yeah, fuck. You don't. No, and no. Now that said, I do believe that a sudden weight gain or weight loss can be an indication of something else going on in your kid's life that you might want to turn your attention to. But let's take the focus off the physical. It's important to not just look at the surface here. Now, if there's behaviors that are making them choose and run to food to deal with certain issues, then you need to get to the bottom of that. But it's not by telling your kid they're chubby, it's by asking what hurts, what's wrong. And by being involved in your kids' lives and not being judgmental, not being that parent that's like always measuring them or paying attention to what size they are, making them weigh themselves. It's like that's not a safe space for a child at home. So then, Allie, how can we help kids have a positive body image? Well, health is a holistic matter. It's mental, it's physical, and it's spiritual. And we have to touch on all of those things, not just physical. I am literally the healthiest that I have ever been in my life, regardless of the fact that the size in this dress romper is the biggest that I've ever worn. Okay, there is a correlation between having health mentally, physically, and soulful. So you can get your kids involved in things that are really healthy for them. And I'm not just talking about getting them involved in exercise. That's really awesome. Getting them involved in food preparation and making yummy treats that are really good for them. Like, those are all really great, but also let's work on the mind. Like, let's make sure we're reading to our kids and choosing books that fill them up with kindness and compassion and learning about other worlds and other societies, and get them off the TV. Get them off. I'm not saying all the time, but it's like literally there's an epidemic of children that only know how to use phones and watch TV. Like, get them off of there. That is not healthy. No. You know what else isn't? Social media for children. No. Get them involved in activities, especially sports or group activities. If they're not athletic or interested in sports, then get them into band or a dance or something where they have to work with other people and learn to get along and have competition, okay? Again, a whole epidemic of a generation of kids that don't know how to lose, don't know how to not be right, don't know how to deal with adversity because they're not put in those situations. That's part of health. That's part of being a good human. So say, let's go back to the beginning. Your kid is going through a growth spurt. They're in that awkward phase and they're kind of chubby. So fucking what? I bet you were too. I know I was. I know my husband was. And that's part of life, okay? But things you can do if you don't sense that there's an emotional thing going on there, well, why don't you encourage some extra sports? Or why don't you get involved in a family activity like going to volunteer somewhere? Encourage their strengths and their interests and get them involved in those things. Kids need you to lead them, but leading them is not telling them that they're chubby. That's not. Leading them is being an example and showing them the way and helping them to find who they are and really enhancing that and allowing them to see the possibilities. And that is not just a physical thing. There are so many different attributes, and we need to take the focus off the physical. I know that was a long rant, but this is where my lane is. This is my passion. And So I just wanted to share that with you because there's no way I'm going to fit all of that into like a few sentences to answer that interview question, but I wanted to share it with you guys. So, and one last thing, I'm just really tired of hearing, well, how do you help them have a positive body image and still do help them be their best? Having a positive body image is being their best, I promise. We've got to shake this idea that having a positive body image equals becoming overweight. Like, no, that's not what it equals. It's just, ugh. Having a positive body image means that you are in control and in charge of your body and how you feel about your body. And you're empowered by the things that make you different, and you're encouraged by seeing diversity, and you're able to not only love your body and be happy with your body, but you're able to embrace and enjoy other people's bodies as being unique and beautiful. And nowhere in there did I say that positive body image equals eat all the fast food you want and sit on your butt all day long. Like, how do we get to that equation? I don't know.